Guys Squad, we are back in the building. Yes. And we got to talk about a couple of things today. All right. We're going to be talking a little bit about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm just going to touch on that briefly today. We also got to talk about Latoya Ali and Adam are still going at it on the good Instagram and social media and in these streets. And Adam is revealing some interesting information about how much your girl Latoya is actually making on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Then we got Porsha Williams basically revealing some information about Marlo, and we're going to find out how Nene is involved in this. Well, excuse me, how Nene's name is involved in this. Okay, so we're going to get into all of those stories today. But before we do that, y'all, I just want y'all to know you guys can join me on Clubhouse tonight. Okay, we're doing a celebration of Black male TV producers and executives. And as most of you know, some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not know, I used to host and produce on a daily talk show called Daily Flash when I was in Miami. So shout out to Justin Hart, who is a producer on Fox Soul, for inviting me to be a part of this panel with these men right here. So if you guys can, if you're on Clubhouse, definitely come out and support us tonight. It will be at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I believe that's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight on Clubhouse. I will place the link in the description down below. You guys can also get that link on my Instagram. It's up right now. So I wanted to say that. So shout out to them for that. Guys, let me know where you're watching from in the good chatterization. Let me know. I want to see it. We got New Orleans. We got Be More in the house. My name on Clubhouse is DJ Richie Skye. It's just the same as my Instagram. Shreveport is in the building. Columbus, a lot of Shreveports up in the house today. We got Arkansas in the building. Be More, Detroit, Minnesota, UK, Little Rock. Hey, I see y'all. Up in the building today. I see y'all. London, Montreal, Philly, Trinidad. Trying to get a couple more. Jacksonville in the building. ATL, Omaha, Nebraska, White Plains, Maryland, Harlem, New York, ATL. I see y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into the thing. Y'all ready? All right. So first things first, just want to point out to you guys something. I know a lot of you guys may not know this, and a lot of you guys may not even follow the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but we will be recapping that show. Okay. So I want you guys to know that we have just gotten word that your girl Sutton Strack has been made into a full-time housewife. Now, this was revealed by Hollywood Life, and they let us know that Sutton will also be coming for Erika this season and asking about the details of what's really going on with this whole divorce from her husband, Tom, and the scandal involving all the legal stuff that she's been going through these past couple of months. So Sutton, thank you for doing the job that we needed to have done, because someone needed to sort of, take Erika to task, because Erika has skated by in season past by not really revealing that much of her actual life. And now that it's time for her to be front and center, someone is going to need to hold her accountable. And those ladies on that show have refused to do so for the past several years. So thank God we have Sutton up in the building to finally shake things up and become a full-time housewife. Now, if you watched last season, you will know Sutton was part-time, and it was mostly because her ex-husband would not sign off on letting her show them kids. So no word on whether or not she's able to show them kids or she was just putting in the work this season. But it sounds like she was putting in the good work, doing the good work and calling some people out. So thank you for Sutton. And thank you, Bravo, for giving us what we've so rightly deserved, and that is Sutton holding a diamond this coming season. Now, the word on the curb was initially that we were supposed to get the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer today, okay? But then the word came out today that it's been delayed until next week. So when you guys happen to see that trailer and that good cast photo, we can expect for Sutton to be a part of it, okay? Based on what we know. So let me know if you guys are here for that in that good chatterization. Right. Okay, Tracy says, Erika was all in Denise's business and had so much going on herself. Ain't that the truth? It's always those people that just be like gunning for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That be all up in trying to make a person confess to everything, that really got the most going on in their own backyard. So finally, somebody is going to be holding her accountable for that. And so for that, we are thankful. Okay, for that, we are thankful. Thank you, Tracy, for that. Now we got to move on over into your girl, Latoya Ali. Ooh. Now, I know y'all been following this story, and it is just a pure hot-blooded mess, okay? So, Adam did the interview with Tasha K. I wasn't able to watch all of it, but I did see a good portion of it yesterday, and it was good. It was a good interview. So then, from what I gather, Latoya's YouTubes were partly in response, or as for her to be able to counter what he was saying in that interview, because I'm assuming that maybe she didn't know what he was going to say. So she released her own 2-part interviews as well. And they were interviews. I'm assuming someone on her team basically said, we're going to ask you these questions, or she prepared the questions herself. I don't really know. Anyway, she revealed a whole lot of tea about cheating on him and other allegations of, him being, not so nice and abusive and all this other stuff. So then, he went live yesterday. Okay. He went live on the IG, and I think he was going live probably around the time that we were doing our video, because by the time I got off, people had been tagging me in the video. And so I was able to watch it. Now I was going to play some of the video, but I was like, oh no, because it was some expletives up in that thing. And so I don't want to get, caught up in the expletive game, because y'all know I try not to do a lot of cursing on here, and I try not to play a lot of cursing on here as well. But we're still gonna get into some things that he had to say. And one of those big revelations, our friends over at It's On Site happened to capture. Okay, and I'm not gonna play that audio for you guys. Like I said, you guys can watch it over there. But he claims that Latoya put a tracker on his car, okay, and that she was only making a measly $1,000 per episode on the Real Housewives of the Atlanta. Now let's dive into it even further, because I just want to give you more of a synopsis of what they had to say about that situation. In case you guys haven't seen it for yourself just yet, you guys can follow the It's On Site Instagram page. Head on over there, follow them. Make sure you get the good details on that situation, because basically what they let us know is that not only did she put the tracker on his car, apparently bought a piece, okay, causing him to have to file a restraining order against her. He also alleges that she gets paid $1,000 per episode, adding that she's putting their divorce business on TV for popularity, okay? He also added that the Rolex Latoya claims she was gifted from her new boyfriend she bought herself. Not to mention, apparently there is the allegation that the new man that she is with likes other men, despite the fact that he also has, I think he said, 2 baby mamas, okay? And he's also dating Adam's girl, okay? So that's that. So there's a lot to unpack with this whole situation. It's a whole lot of mess, okay? It's a whole lot of mess going on with this. And I want to address a couple of things first. Now, first things first. Number one, I hate the fact that they have just gotten to a place where it is just airing out so much of the dirty laundry that went on in the marriage. I just have to say that no amount of TV fame is worth it, because at the end of the day, y'all know who is going to suffer as a result of this? The kids. The kids are going to suffer the most as a result of this situation. And I just feel like, all of this ain't even worth it, especially it ain't worth $1,000 per episode, okay? Because at the end of the day, she already had her own YouTube page, which we can go on Social Blade and you can tell just about how much she might have been making from YouTube. But then you can also probably guess, because she was doing sponsorships and stuff like that, the girl sounded like she was already making a good amount of money doing what she was doing anyway. So to me, from basically the way it sounded in the interview that he did with Tasha K, was basically that, they were already in the process of a divorce. And then he alleges that she was trying to work it out, okay, for the sake of putting their family on the reality television so that she could hold a peach. So because she allegedly wanted to get the divorce in the first place, or at least was maybe pushing to get out of the marriage, and he filed for divorce according to him, okay, it sounded like she was trying to make that comeback so that she can get that paycheck for that peach, okay? Now, ultimately, all of this, again, it is not worth, to me, this $1,000 per episode. Ain't that amount of money worth me jeopardizing the relationship that I have with the, you know, the mother or the father or whatever of my kids, okay, just for this. Now, Adam did kind of say, he kind of alluded to the fact that he was never really in love with her. Now, I couldn't ascertain whether or not that was because he felt like he was dealing with a lot of drama for her, like he was dealing with so much drama that he didn't get a chance to fall in love with her. I don't really know. It's a very interesting situation, and I really can't call it. But I just feel like all of this, it's not worth it, because honestly, it is derailing from what they could be doing and making more money, you know, in general on their YouTube pages. It is just not worth it to me. It's just not worth it. And the other aspect of this is, if she again is getting paid this $1,000 per episode, and it's been 18 episodes thus far. Okay, so 18 episodes thus far, $1,000. You've been in, let's say you've been in all 18 of the episodes. You'd have made $18,000. Now let's add that to the reunion episode, which might be $3,000. So now you got your $18,000 plus your $3,000. Okay, and now we at $21,000. She could have made more with a YouTube check in 1 month than she did in the whole season. All this work, you done all this work, okay, for $1,000 per episode. You could have made 18 videos, and you probably would have made that back. So to me, it don't even make no kind of sense. Now, I understand being on this show comes with a lot more than just a paycheck. A lot of times the people want, you know, they can get the extra added fame. They can get the talk show interviews. They can get the interviews with the media outlets and the blogs, and they can get more eyes on them, and they can get more eyes on their merchandise or whatnot. But to me, I just feel like the fanfare has been so split down the middle about her that I don't even know if it's even worth that part of it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I just don't understand, especially if you're not even coming back next season, which I don't even know that she is. I have heard word on the curb that she may not be coming back. She may not even be invited back. Who knows? Because this could be a situation where she was just used for the drama for $21,000, and she brought enough of it that they honestly don't need her next season. You know what I'm saying? Not in a way that because it seems like she has alienated herself with the rest of these ladies in such a way that at the end of the day, was it really worth it? Because I don't even know what friends she got left on the show. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think LaToya is a beautiful girl. I think that, you know, she has moments where I feel like she is a great addition. But I feel like the way she's moving on the show, it just seems like it's alienating her from the rest of the cast. And if you have alienated yourself from the rest of the cast, that's usually a bad sign. If you alienate yourself and you a full-time cast member, that's bad. But if you alienate yourself and you just a friend, that's even worse. That's even worse. Okay? So you got to pick and choose, and you got to be very strategic about how you come into this show and the mark that you leave behind. It seemed to me like she just caused, you know, started fires everywhere and just ran through the blaze, just ran on through, okay? And they just ran right out the scene. But now all of this extra drama, you know, if you're going to have this level of drama with your ex or your spouse or whatever, it should at least be in the context of the show. At least get paid for all this pain. You're not even getting paid for the pain that you're causing each other right now. To me, it's just not worth it. It is just not worth it. It's not. You know, I just feel like, and I say all this to say that I don't want them to continue down this path. I don't want them to continue down this path because I just feel like I think it's getting to a place now where it's getting hard to watch. Does that make sense? It's getting hard to watch. And, you know, it's so bad where I can't even basically get into the details of everything that was said because the situations are so bad, right? So anyway, we just gotta see. Marlena says, Richie, what is LaToya's relevance on the show? You know, and to me, this is a good question because, you know, ultimately, you want to be able to have an impact on the show. And if you're going to be bringing the drama, then that's fine, right? But it has to be, you still have to be a little bit strategic about how you do it so that you at least feel like you have some friends in your corner. You know, the thing about it is, this is why Drew makes an excellent addition to the cast, because we're able to see her drama play out with Ralph on the screen. We're able to see her navigate her issues with, you know, Kenya, even with LaToya, but she still is developing friendships. Obviously, she has a great friendship with Porsha and Shamia. You know, she came into the show via Cynthia, you know, so she doesn't have any, you know, seemingly issues with, you know, with Kandi. So to me, she's in a good place with her relationships, right? So there's a strategy there. And who knows, next season, her and Kenya could end up being, you know, bosom buddies or whatever. But right now, she's the only person that she has beef with. We had another super chat come in. I just want to acknowledge it. Thank you, Angel White. We appreciate the love from you. So yeah, and y'all know how I feel about, you know, when people have families like this. That's why it bothers me so much that they are, you know, going through this in such a public way, because they still got their family. You know what I'm saying? They still got the kids and stuff like that, that they gotta, you know, that they gotta still find a way to co-parent and still exist in the same space at times. And so it just needs to be, I just want for them to find a way to work it out. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't involve all of this public back and forth and shaming and stuff like that. Because this is going far beyond the shade that we, you know, really want to see on these types of shows. Now, with that being said, I want to move on. We're going to talk about the situation between your girl Porsha and your girl Marlo. Okay. We're gonna switch gears real quick. Thank you, Latanya and Alexander, for the super chat. We appreciate your love. We got another one from Bruce who says, yeah, I saw that report where she wouldn't be coming back. She was only brought in because they knew Nene wouldn't be returning. So she was a temporary. Real Housewives of Atlanta can end if they don't get new talent. Yes, Bruce, I also saw that as well yesterday. And I don't know what they're going to do if they don't bring back LaToya. I just kind of feel like they're going to need to have something, because last season I felt like heavily relied on the incident with Giovanna, who wasn't a full-time cast member. And then this season is revolving or surrounding, you know, aside from the issue between Kenya, Porsha, and Marlo, a lot of the drama seems to be surrounding LaToya, and she's bringing a lot of drama off camera as well with this whole situation with her ex Adam. I want for the best for them. I just want them to work it out in private and move on. Right? We're not seeing it on the show, so it's kind of like, what are we doing? Glenda, thank you for the super chat, who says, I feel sorry for their children and family. These children are innocent, and we'll see all of this. That's the thing that I'm talking about right there. This is where it's not worth it. Thank you for the super chat, love. I see a lot of people saying to bring in Phaedra. Okay. Angel White says, and then we thank you for the super chat. Angel says she didn't know how to navigate outside the virtual world. That's a great observation. And we're still looking for LaToya to do a speak on it. I have yet to watch Don Juan and Carmen's speak on it from this past week. I did hear that someone DM'd me, and I think it said that Don Juan was given a lot of behind the scenes tea. So we got to check that out as well. I'm gonna try to check that out today. I see some people mentioning Nene. So let's talk about Nene. Okay. So yesterday we talked about Nene because obviously, you know, she was mentioned on the Netflix show Family Reunion by Kenya Moore, who was on the show. Now, today we're talking about Nene because she was brought up in a conversation on the after show for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay, wherein Porsha calls Marlo a clout chaser who is basically seemingly maybe riding Kenya's coattails. And then Porsha also says that Marlo was riding Nene's coattails for years, okay? And so I wanted to know what you guys would think. Do you guys think that, when we talked about this before, do you guys think that Marlo would be amped to become friends with Kenya if Nene was still on the show? And do you agree with Porsha that Marlo is clout chasing, okay, and was riding Nene's coattails on this show as well? Okay. I just kind of want to know what you guys think about that. And another part of that, thank you so much. We got a super chat from Miss Ann66 who said, thank you for all your hard work. Stay blessed. We appreciate that. So when Porsha said this, we had our good friends over. I'm gonna highlight a couple of comments that I see really quick. So when we had this mentioned online, and I'm gonna direct you over to our good friends over at the Peach Report Daily. They happened to post this comment, so make sure you guys are following them. They're always giving us the latest and greatest news on Real Housewives of Atlanta as well. So, you know, and that's going to be round the clock as well. So when they posted that clip where Porsha essentially called her a clout chaser who was riding Nene's coattails, Porsha also says she felt like Marlo was a little bit of a dangerous person because she felt like it was dangerous that Marlo, after they had their discussion, that Marlo would flip on her so fast, okay? And so Marlo caught wind of this, and she replied on the Peach Report Daily's post and said, "So childish, they're reaching. You're not that important, and I'm not the one who attacked someone on national TV." So I'm assuming that she's saying this in response to Porsha calling her dangerous, okay? So, and you know, that is true. Porsha did, you know, yank on that good Kenya Moore's hair, okay? And she did, I believe, we saw her chase that good Jamie, her then assistant, I think down the alley or something, if I recall correctly, all right? So it's very interesting stuff. But let's get to the accusations, the revelations, the reveal that shocked me, okay? Veronica, we thank you for that super chat. Let's get into it. Don't know if you guys happen to see this, okay? Because this was on Dish Nation. Porsha was on Dish Nation, and you know they comment about the episode. You know, I think it's cool that Porsha has all these outlets to comment on the episodes. She's got the Bravo chat room, obviously. She's got Dish Nation, obviously. So she's got a lot of avenues for which she can actually comment on these things, as well as the Bravo after show. Marlo doesn't necessarily have the same outlets. I mean, she's given limited, you know, interviews in terms of her confessionals, and she's not given a voice to speak on the after show, even though Shamia was. So that's interesting. I thought that we might get an after show with Marlo, but it is interesting that she didn't get one, but Shamia did. Anyway, on this episode of Dish Nation, when they were recapping the episode, Porsha says that she's forgiving Marlo for her outburst. Because remember, the ladies thought it was strange that Marlo was so up in arms about the lies and the fakery and the fakery. So Porsha says that she forgives Marlo because apparently lipo and the pills that you take when you're recovering from surgery and booze don't mix. Now, we do know our girl Marlo had said, in the episode that she had blamed it on the alcohol, that good Patron, for her actions and her outbursts, because even Cynthia and Kenya had to confront her over the way she was acting at that dinner. Robin Thames, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, when Nene did TV show and took off a season, was Marlo there? Wedding gift to you and yours. Congrats. Thank you so much, Robin, for this super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you, Emily Rohn, for the super chat as well. We appreciate you. All right. Listen. It's the lipo and the pills for me. Now, apparently, we're going to get Porsha and Shamia confronting Marlo about an alleged liposuction. And as we recall, Marlo was saying on the show about how she was having some back pains and she did not go bike riding. I don't know if you guys remember that, because she was in the pain. I don't even think she was able to do the Zydeco booty dancing all that much because she was in pain. Now we have the two of them confronting her about doing the lipo. Now, I think that this might be fair game, not this accusation, but I think it's fair game for them to ask her about that if Marlo's going to ask her about the Bolo situation on camera. One turn deserves another, so it could be fair play. That's all I'm gonna say. So if Marlo is saying to them, well, you need to tell me, be honest about the Bolo situation, and then they're going to be asking her about the lipo situation, then they could be saying to her, well, if you expect honesty from me, you got to be honest too. I don't know, but what I will say is it's the lipo and the pills for me, and the booze. All right. So much going on, guys. So much going on. Camilla Westbrook, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. Who says his interview was tasteful, and I believe him. And we're talking about Adam with that interview. I will definitely tell you, if you guys watched the interview, I felt as though for the most part he was very respectful of LaToya and their relationship. It did not come across as though he was trying to be malicious or anything at that point. In the interview with Tasha K. It seemed like what I liked about that interview is they had a real, I felt like, grown married person to married person conversation. I felt like she asked the right questions. I think that because they both have experience in marriage, they were able to come at it from their own perspectives. So that to me is what made it good. You gotta give props where props is due. And I felt like he was very respectful in that interview. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, boo. So much going on, y'all. So much going on. We got a good episode to look forward to this coming week. I don't know if you guys have seen the previews for Married to Medicine. We have, I think, Funky Dineva making another appearance on Married to Medicine this week. The previews are out if you guys haven't seen that. I see some people asking about pictures from the wedding. I finally have them from the photographer. So once I can figure out which ones to post, then I'll post them and I'll let you guys know. Let's see. here. So we got, and I heard that Married to Medicine is going to be real good this week. So make sure you tune in for that. We will definitely be recapping that next week. I didn't get a chance to recap Married to Medicine this week, although I did watch it yesterday finally, and I thought it was a really good episode. I'm trying to think if there's any other things that I need to think of. Thank you, Avis, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Let's see. Some other exciting stuff is coming up, but I'll tell you guys about that then. For those of you guys who missed it, I will be on this panel on Clubhouse tonight. Again, thank you to Justin Hart from Fox Soul for coordinating this and allowing me to be a part of it with the rest of these amazing brothers right here. I'm super excited to sit back and learn and listen and also give my experience about producing in this world of news and, entertainment and stuff like that. I'm so thankful for people who have given me opportunities. So join us on that. I'll place the link in the description of this video as well. So for anyone who wants to join, and I want to say thank you guys for just joining me in on another day of, news and conversation. And again, we try to approach these situations. We'll talk about them. We'll have fun with, the petty stuff, but we'll also try to make sense of it in a way that, hopefully in some areas, brings some resolve, like this Latoya and Adam situation. So that's all the news that we got for you guys today. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.